Yesterday we had our football banquet. Those banquets are always exciting but also sad at the same time. We said bye to 21 seniors and said bye to some good football players and some really fine young men that I believe 100% have set the foundation for our program and really have done a lot and bought into what we ask. I really appreciate those young men. And so we're ready to get work and start on the future. We had a team meeting this morning, and the guys are in the weight room right now as we speak. I just left the weight room with them, and we're working for the 2015 season today. So we're excited about the future and keep pushing along. We named Nelson Spruce was named the most valuable player. I think everybody would have thought that. And, he shattered a bunch of records, and he'll be back next year, and he'll end up holding probably every CU receiving record there is and a lot of Pac-12 receiving records. And I look forward to seeing the all-conference come out. I definitely expect him to be a first-team all-conference player. Kenneth Oglebody was named the Defensive Player of the Year. Sefo Lufau was named the Offensive Player of the Year, and he broke a bunch of records. And also, Dar O'Neill was named the Special Teams Player of the Year. Ryan Severson won our non-specialist kind of Special Teams Player of the Year. He plays on 4 teams and had a good year doing that. Derek McCartney and Shea Fields. Derek McCartney won the Freshman of the Year, and Shea Fields won the Freshman of the Year on offense. Derek McCartney on defense. So we had other awards that were given out, and a lot of young men deserved them. So that was how that wrapped up, and now we're getting ready for the next season. It's already here on us. Actually went out last night right after I was at Houses last night recruiting, so that's already began, and as soon as I leave here, I'm heading out again. So it's that time of the year. It's an exciting time. So I'll take any questions at this time.
Coach, what kind of evaluation process as a head coach do you go through once the season ends when you kind of look back on the previous season?
What we'll do is right now all the coaches are everywhere. So we don't really have time at this point to look at the season. We'll look at the season December 15th when it's dead period for recruiting. So we'll spend that whole 7 to 8 days leading right up to Christmas of evaluating the season. Our graduate assistants in quality control are breaking the season down for all the different things we want individually, schematically, all those different things. And so when we get back on the 15th, we'll dive into that hard. We'll look at our pros and our cons. We'll look at different things we need to fix. We'll talk deeply about position players and different things we want to do, how to utilize guys better, how to evaluate. So we'll go an extensive process for 7 to 8 days there before we have a few days off for Christmas, and then we'll crank it back up after Christmas, and we'll start looking at what we want to do and start looking at other ideas. Last year offensively, I had them study extremely hard what I call run, action, pass, which we put in our offense this year where we're reading the run and throwing the passes and doing all that type of thing that a lot of teams were doing. That tremendously helped our offense as a whole. That was the basis of our offense this year, and that's why it took off. That was something I wanted to do that Brian Lindgren and them bought into hard and really studied and really helped develop our offense and took it to another level, especially in the running game. So we were always able to get a good run most of the time, or we could get a little short pass, and that helped us a lot. So that's one of the things we added. We'll tweak some things on offense. We'll do a lot of fixing on defense and keep moving forward.
Coach, how far along are you in recruiting, and are you further along this year than the previous 2 classes, and how many scholarships will you be looking at?
We've had 1.5 classes since I've been here, because the first year, I got here, and we had 3 weeks to recruit, and there were some guys committed, and we went and found some other guys, which was good, and a lot of those guys have ended up being very good players. Last year was our first full year of recruiting. We were able to redshirt some of those young men, and I feel like, yes, we're farther ahead this year than we were last year because we were able to get on juniors the year before, and now we're ahead. We're kind of be ahead on sophomores, juniors. You kind of get ahead of that, the curve, so to speak. I feel good about what we're doing, and we hopefully have some kids coming in here in January that we're excited about too. So we've got a lot of things that we're working on to help our team for starting spring practice and that type of thing. So we feel good about it, and this is the time you just keep pushing and keep going, and You know, there's a lot of things that pop up with all the different coaching changes. I got a couple phone calls last night because of coaching changes at 11 o'clock at night from kids. So there's all kind of things that happen.